Come closer. The shadows have missed you, and tonight they have a new story to tell. Welcome to Scary Stories After Dark. Sadie woke to something warm sliding down her cheek. A slow, deliberate drip. For one disoriented second, she thought the ceiling was leaking again. Then the smell hit her, hot breath too close. Her eyes fluttered open. Someone was standing over her. No, not someone. 10 figures crowded the perimeter of her bed, their silhouettes bending unnaturally toward her, necks craning at impossible angles just to get their faces inches from hers. Their eyes were wide, unblinking, glossy with red spiderweb veins pulsing beneath the surface. All 10 stared directly into her. Sadie couldn't move, couldn't breathe. She lay frozen beneath their shadowy ring as another drop of warm moisture smeared down her temple. Not water. Drool. It dripped from slack lips hovering above her, quivering with each ragged inhale they took. Their mouths didn't close, their chests didn't rise naturally. They were waiting for something. A faint sound echoed inside her skull, a soft, distant giggle, a child's giggle, then another. Layered, distorted, growing louder. Her pulse thundered. She tried to shift backward, but the mattress pressed against her spine like it was holding her down. "Hey," she whispered, her voice barely a breath. None of the figures reacted. Not a blink, not a twitch, not a breath. Just staring. The giggling sharpened into high, manic laughter, internal, not external. It scraped along the inside of her mind like fingernails dragging across her thoughts. Her eyes watered as panic surged. She had to look away. She had to move. She squeezed her eyelids shut. Blink. Darkness swallowed her. Cold air slammed into her skin. Concrete beneath her feet. Dripping water echoing somewhere behind her. She opened her eyes. A subway tunnel stretched endlessly in both directions. Lights flickered overhead, dying one by one like they were being snuffed out by invisible fingers. The tracks vibrated. A distant rumble grew louder, metal screaming against metal. Headlights, blazing white, raced down the tunnel straight toward her. Sadie stumbled backward, throat-locking as her breath caught. There was nowhere to run. The lights consumed the darkness. Sadie jolted awake at her kitchen table, head snapping up so fast her neck cracked. For a moment, she didn't know where she was. The subway, the blinding light, the sound of metal screaming toward her. Gone. She blinked hard, chest heaving, then reached for the lukewarm mug in front of her. Coffee, home, safe. Right? A tremor rippled through her hand as she set the mug down. The apartment felt too still. She forced herself to move, grab her coat, keys, anything to shake the thin veil of terror still clinging to her skin. By the time she slid behind the wheel and started the car, her breathing had almost evened out. Almost. The streets passed in quiet strips of morning gray as she drove. Not much traffic yet, too early. A man watering his lawn froze mid-motion as she passed. The hose dangled from his fingers, puddling at his feet. His head turned slowly, snapped to her. Unblinking. Sadie blinked hard and looked away. Just tired, just rattled, just... A jogger ahead on the sidewalk ground to a halt, body twisted, head slowly following her car like a puppet dragged by an invisible hand. Then a child on a porch, then a woman standing in her yard. All still, all staring. Her heart slammed against her ribs. She didn't slow down, didn't look again, didn't breathe until the coffee shop came into view. Inside, the warmth felt normal, safe, bright. Kite sat at their usual booth, already waving her over. Sadie nearly collapsed into the seat opposite, dragging a shaky breath through her lungs.
"You okay?"
Kite asked, sipping her drink. "Bad dream," Sadie muttered. "Really bad." Kite nodded sympathetically. The world felt steady again, real. Sadie exhaled. "Do you ever..." She stopped, frowned. Kite wasn't drinking anymore. Her mug hovered halfway to the table. Her hand had gone rigid, her arm frozen mid-motion. "Kite?" The mug touched the table with a soft tap. Then Kite lifted her face. Her eyes were wide, unmoving, glassy with spreading veins. She stared straight into Sadie. No blink, no breath, no recognition. Inside Sadie's skull, laughter began, soft at first, then rising like a chorus of children echoing through hollow tunnels. Sadie's eyes burned, watered, her throat tightened. "Kite, please." Her vision blurred. She tried to keep her gaze locked, tried to hold on. She couldn't. Blink. The world snapped away. Sadie hit the ground hard. Dust exploded around her as she choked on air so old it tasted like forgotten paper. When she pushed up onto her hands, the light shifted, a faint greenish glow creeping between towering shelves. Endless shelves. Books stretched up into a ceiling swallowed by shadow, each spine cracked and gray with age. When she squinted closer, her stomach lurched. Every spine had a tiny eye painted where the title should have been, some open, some closed, some half-lidded, watching her through 100 slits. A soft rustle echoed between aisles. Sadie forced herself upright, knees trembling as she turned in a slow circle. The shelves seemed to bend subtly inward, as if the whole library were breathing. "Hello?" she called. Her voice vanished instantly, absorbed by the paper-stale air. Then, a familiar voice from behind her.
"Sadie."
She whipped around. Ms. Lorne, her high school literature teacher, alive, whole, standing at the end of the aisle with trembling hands and tear-streaked cheeks.
"Oh God. Sadie."
Ms. Lorne sobbed, stumbling toward her.
"I can't get out. I can't. It keeps moving. It keeps watching me."
Sadie grabbed her arms. "What is this place? Why are you here?"
"I don't know."
Ms. Lorne whispered, eyes darting over Sadie's shoulder.
"Every time I turn around, it changes. I hear whispers, pages turning even when I'm not touching them. Something big is in here with us."
A deep, wet thud vibrated through the floor, then another. The shelves trembled. Ms. Lorne flinched violently. She squeezed Sadie's wrist hard enough to hurt.
"Don't look behind you,"
she whispered. Sadie froze. Too late. the heat of a massive presence pressed at her back, humid, wet, pulsing. She felt breath that wasn't breath, a slow exhale like a furnace door opening. She turned and stared into the largest eye she had ever seen. Fleshy, lidless, the size of a car engine, wedged between shelves that bowed outward to make room. Blood vessels writhed like living worms beneath its translucent surface, the pupil dilated, swallowing light. It didn't blink. Ever.
Sadie.
Ms. Lorne's voice cracked behind her. Sadie turned. Ms. Lorne's tears had stopped. Her face was blank, her eyes unblinking, staring directly at Sadie. The eye creature shuddered. The shelves began to close in. Sadie tried desperately, painfully, to hold her eyes open. But the burning was too much. Her vision flooded, her lids twitched. She blinked. Blink. The library vanished. Sadie staggered forward as the world slammed into place again. The smell of crayons and floor polish hitting her like a memory she didn't want to remember. A hallway stretched before her. Her kindergarten hallway, except it shouldn't look like this. It should be charred, collapsed, burned down 25 years ago in an electrical fire that killed no one but destroyed everything inside. But here, everything was untouched. Almost. Soft gray ash drifted through the air like snow, settling on pristine cubbies and tiny backpacks still hanging in neat rows. Fluorescent lights flickered above her, buzzing, stretching into long, blinding strips, as if the ceiling were warping in slow motion. Sadie's throat tightened. A child's drawing hung on the wall beside her, crude stick figures and a sun. But the sun wasn't a sun. It was an eye, a huge one, looking directly at her. She turned. Every drawing was the same. Eyes where faces should be, eyes where hands should be, eyes staring from every paper like a quiet chorus of watchers. Sadie? She froze. A boy stepped into the hallway, small, trembling, ash dusting his hair. Jacob Merrill, her kindergarten seat partner. He looked exactly as he had at 6 years old. "Jacob," she whispered. You can't be here." He shook his head violently. I heard you calling for help in the dark." He took her hand with a cold, tiny grip. "They won't let me leave. You have to take me with you." Her heart pounded. "Who's they?" Sadie whispered. Jacob stared past her, eyes widening. The lights flickered, hard. From the cracked plaster behind her, hands began pushing out. Dozens. Small hands, large hands, clawed hands. Reaching, grasping, twisting their fingers toward her as if trying to peel her back into the wall. Heavy footsteps thundered overhead. Jacob's grip turned rigid, his shoulders straightened, his face emptied. Then his eyes, unblinking, wide. Wrong. He stared straight at her. The footsteps above crashed down the stairs, shaking the entire hall. The drawings on the wall trembled. The fluorescent bulbs popped with sharp, violent cracks. Sadie's eyes burned. Her lungs seized. She tried to look away, tried to run, but the hallway tilted sideways like the world was sliding off its axis. Her eyelids snapped shut. Blink. The kindergarten melted away. Cold slapped Sadie across the face as she stumbled into darkness, thick enough to swallow breath. A forest. She knew it instantly, by the smell, by the damp earth, by the way the air hung heavy, like it had been waiting for her. A pale moon hovered above the treetops, too big, too close, too still. Its light didn't glow so much as observe, a white, cold eyeball suspended in the sky. She took a shivering step forward. Branches creaked, not in the wind. There was no wind. Every tree stood stiff and unnatural, their branches twisted like ribs snapped out of alignment. And then she noticed it. Every knot, every crack, every patch of bark. All of them were eyes. Some closed, some open, some blinking independently in slow, sickening intervals, some following her with heavy, wet movements. Sadie clamped a hand over her mouth to stop a scream.
Sadie.
Her heart almost burst. Kite stood between two dead trees, arms wrapped around herself, trembling violently, hair tangled, eyes red, a look of absolute terror. Kite! Sadie rushed forward, grabbing her shoulders. How are you here?
I don't know.
Kite whispered, eyes darting toward the roots shifting beneath them.
There's something in the trees. It grows. It knows my name. I can't outrun it.
A low groaning crack echoed behind them. Sadie's breath froze. Something enormous, skeletal, and impossibly tall stepped from between the pines. A creature of branches, ribs, and root-like limbs, its hollow trunk gaping open like the cage of a dead animal. As it turned, hundreds of tiny eyes blinked across its bark. Kite clutched Sadie's arm.
Please don't leave me. Please. It keeps whispering. It keeps...
Her words cut off. She went still, too still. Her head tilted the smallest fraction, her pupils dilated unnaturally wide. And then her eyes fixed on Sadie. Blank, unblinking, cold. Kite? Sadie whispered. The creature's limbs dragged against the earth, inching closer, its wooden joints grinding like bone on bone. Sadie's eyes burned, her lids trembled violently. No, not yet, she gasped. The forest leaned toward her, every eye opened, her vision blurred. She blinked. Blink. And the forest dissolved. Sadie hit the linoleum on her hands and knees, her palms sliding across a thin layer of water that reflected the flickering overhead lights like fractured glass. She gagged at the stench. Disinfectant, dampness, something metallic underneath. An abandoned hospital, but not like any she'd ever seen. The hallway stretched in a perfect straight line, yet the tiles bowed in the center as if the floor were breathing. Children's drawings covered the walls, crayon figures, scribbles, and spirals, each page pinned at a crooked angle like someone had slapped them up in a panic. Every drawing contained eyes, dozens, hundreds, some tiny and frantic, some wide and doll-like, all staring straight at her. Her pulse throbbed in her throat. Behind her, something dripped steadily onto the floor. She didn't look. She forced herself upright, muscles trembling, and staggered forward. A soft metallic rattle echoed in the distance. She froze. Then she saw him. Her Uncle Drew, shaking, hunched, dragging an IV pole behind him. The wheels squeaked with each step. His hospital gown fluttered around his thin frame, and his face looked exactly as it had the day he died. "Drew," Sadie whispered, moving toward him, despite the ice sliding down her spine. "But I saw you in the casket. You can't—"
"I can't stay here,"
he rasped, fingers gripping the pole so tightly his knuckles split.
"They keep bringing me back. Every time I close my eyes, they bring me back down to the chair."
Sadie's breath caught, her stomach twisted. "The chair?" she forced out. Drew nodded shakily.
"Don't blink, Sadie. Don't."
His words cut off. He straightened slowly, unnaturally. His jaw slackened. The IV pole stopped rattling. His eyes widened. Red veins spidered outward like cracks spreading across glass. He stared at her, blank, unblinking. Awful. No, Drew, don't." A deep vibration rolled through the hall, shaking dust from the ceiling. Sadie spun just as a monstrous shadow lumbered around the far corner. Something massive, stomping in heavy, thunderous pulses that made the lights flicker violently. She backed away, eyes burning, throat locked, her lids fluttered. "Not yet, please, not yet." But she couldn't hold it. Her lashes touched. Blink. The hospital vanished. Sadie crashed into concrete so cold it punched the air from her lungs. A low, throbbing hum vibrated through the walls, like machinery deep underground, pulsing in steady, hypnotic intervals. She pushed herself up, trembling. A basement. But not any basement she recognized. The air tasted metallic, old, sterilized. Wrong. Shelves lined the walls, each one cluttered with jars containing eyes suspended in murky liquid, lids floating like wilted petals. Beside them sat stacks of reel-to-reel tapes, labeled only with dates going back nearly 20 years. Sadie's throat tightened. Her name was on several. She staggered toward the center of the room. A single metal chair sat beneath a dead, swinging bulb. Leather restraints hung loosely from the arms and legs. Dried scratch marks covered the floor beneath it. The closer she stepped, the louder the hum became, deep, vibrating, slowly shifting into something almost like a voice, a faint, muffled voice.
"Deeper. Let her go deeper."
Sadie froze. She knew that voice. From childhood nightmares, from dream sessions she barely remembered, from the tremors of panic that erupted in her chest whenever she tried to recall certain years of her adolescence. A figure sat in the corner, slumped forward in an old rolling chair, face shrouded in shadow. Sadie's skin crawled. "Hello," she whispered. The figure lifted its head, slowly, painfully, like a puppet dragged upward by invisible strings, but where its eyes should have been was only stretched, pale skin. No sockets, no lids, nothing. Yet she felt it staring at her.
"Sit."
It rasped. Sadie stumbled backward. No, I'm not doing this." The lights flickered violently, Footsteps echoed behind her, rapid, frantic, small, like a child running circles through the dark. She spun, breath hitching. A silhouette darted just out of reach of the light. Another whisper brushed the back of her skull.
You left us here, Sadie.
Her heartbeat roared. No, she whispered. I didn't leave anyone. The slumped figure in the chair spoke again, voice splintering into multiple tones.
Go deeper.
The bulb above her burst, plunging the room into flickering, strobing light. The metal chair's straps snapped open by themselves, inviting her, commanding her. Her head throbbed, her eyes burned, her muscles trembled beyond control. She collapsed into the chair, the restraints slithered shut around her wrists.
Don't blink.
The voice whispered from every corner of the room. Sadie fought hard, but her eyelids twitched violently. She couldn't hold it. She blinked. Blinked. The world shattered. Sadie burst into a forest she didn't recognize, or maybe she did, but through layers of dream and memory warped beyond sense. The trees groaned under a sky that wasn't a sky anymore. Red, burning, pulsing like raw muscle stretched over a dying sun. Ash drifted down in slow spirals, warm when it touched her skin. The air tasted scorched. Electric. Dead. Her breath ripped through her chest. Something had broken. Something final. She stumbled forward, branches clawing at her sleeves, until the forest abruptly fell away and a black river cut across the world like a wound. The river Styx. She knew it without knowing how. The water was still, glass-like, reflecting the burning sky in jagged shards of crimson. Then something drifted past her boot. An eyeball, red, veined, perfectly round. It bobbed once, staring up at her, unblinking, before sliding along the current. Another surfaced beside it, then another, dozens. They floated like lanterns, all watching. Her pulse hammered inside her skull. This was the threshold, the crossing, the escape. The truth. Sadie stepped into the water. It was freezing, numbing her legs instantly, but she kept going, waist deep, chest deep, eyes stinging from the burning sky above. The floating eyeballs turned as one, rotating slowly toward the shore behind her. Sadie froze. A voice, soft as silk, drifted across the water.
Sadie?
She turned. Kite stood at the river's edge, still, calm, silhouetted against the burning world like the only thing untouched by the apocalypse. Her eyes, wide, unblinking, glowed faintly in the red light. Sadie's voice cracked. Kite, help me. Please. I'm so close. Kite tilted her head just slightly.
You're not crossing.
Sadie's stomach dropped. Why would you?
You're not ready to wake up.
Kite stepped forward, the flames behind her rising.
You never were.
Sadie's breath hitched. Wake up? Kite smiled softly, not with her mouth, but with her voice.
Come back, Sades.
Sadie tried to stay conscious, tried to fight the rising cold, tried not to blink as the burning sky dimmed around her. Kite lifted her hand, 2 fingers extended, she touched them gently to Sadie's eyelids and closed them. Blink. White light, buzzing, cold air. Sadie gasped awake, strapped to a metal chair. Electrodes clung to her temples, machines hummed, doctors murmured. She couldn't move, her throat tightened. The world was real, too real. A door opened. Footsteps approached. Kite. Older, calmer, professional. She brushed Sadie's hair from her forehead. Her eyes never blinked.
"You're safe, Sades,"
she whispered.
"You're not ready to wake up yet."
Sadie's breath broke. Kite gently placed her fingers on Sadie's eyelids and closed them. Blink.